Hey everyone, this is Anubha, and what I do at Protocol Labs is run developer guild at Protocol Labs, which is called PLDG. And what we do is we try to bridge the gap between what we see as an outside world of the new internet that is getting built, and then what we are doing here, building the new internet. So at Protocol Labs, we just don't want to build something which is just scalable, but it also needs to be shared, an internet which is shared with everyone. So a lot of times when I joined the Web3 space, or you call it blockchain space, or whatever jargon you want to use, I have seen people pay very much, like a hefty amount, like 100K, 500K, just to get the word out for people to test out the products that they are building, just to educate the people or the community who wants to get involved. And that's where the community led development comes into picture, when you try to educate a bigger number of people on what you are trying to build. When you try to educate people on how these tools work, how to build tools on top of it, how to use it for greater good. And that's where we need these ecosystems to be built. And that's what we are trying to do at PLDG. So I tell you about myself. I come from a very small city in India, which is a tier 3 city. When I joined my engineering, I have a undergrad degree in computer engineering. And when I joined at first, I didn't know like what I want to become, what I want to do. How am I going to be an engineer? I was just reading what my textbook told me, but I didn't have any real life experience. And that's when a community called Mozilla happened to me, and that's how I got involved into real life building. So I kind of built add-ons for browsers, and then I participated in multiple hackathons, community calls, and that's how I removed my barrier to growth in computing. And that's where programs like PLDG come in. So right now, if we talk about the whole entire ecosystem of Web3, and if I see it as an outsider, there are so many jargons. LFG, BAGMI, and so many of these, and we completely like forget that there are other people who don't understand any of it, and there are new developers who are new to this ecosystem probably, but they have huge experience as a developer. They have built tools, infrastructures, they have dealt with biggest of the clients worldwide, and they somehow need um, some guidance to kind of come into this ecosystem. And that's where PLDG comes, and that's what we are trying to do, is to remove that barrier in computing and growing your career as a developer in Web3. So PLDG, what is PLDG? So PL Dev Guild is a decentralized accelerator. So what we are doing here is not funding your startups, but we are funding the PRs that you are contributing or merging to in our tech partners project. So what people think is open source is scary and it is like really serious, but what we are trying to do is, or how PLDG contributors see it, is as real works with chaos and multiple screens which are open in your desktop, and you are using VS Code and GitHub, and you are building trust, you are talking to different people, you are learning and then executing real life code into a real life project. So the process is really simple. You are an applicant, you apply from across the globe. Whether you are a founder sitting in Berlin or a student in India, you can apply. And so far, we have got applications from more than over 16 countries. And there have been hundreds of people applying with different career trajectory and the experience they have. So people apply, there is a simple form on our website, and then we do the cohort selection with help of our tech partners, who I'll explain like what does tech partner mean later. And then after you are selected to the cohort, you contribute to real life project, you work with real engineers, and then you kind of become part of this entire ecosystem, which we call as PL ecosystem. So what we have done so far at PLDG is that people have been hired full time into teams who were lacking engineers or who were lacking teammates, but they found that PLDG supplied them great people, and that's how they got hired. And then we had tech partners who really loved the program, and they got real life help from our contributors. So PLDG is like a sandbox for early stage founders. So for example, if I have an idea and I want to build it, within PL ecosystem, but I don't know where to go or how to hire a team. From day one, I have no support. And that's where these contributors come. They will do documentation for you. They will tell you what applications would suit. They will give you ideas. They will do DevOps, infra, tooling, and all sorts of other work that an early stage founder needs without an HR actually. And they will become like your real life team. And you don't need those processes like billings and HR and all the other stuff sorted just to participate in PLDG. All you need is a open PR that people can push code into or help you with different ideas, and you need some time to block with these people. So what we have done so far is we started with cohort 0 in July last year, and we did a very small trial with the contributors who were already aware about the PL ecosystem, and slowly and gradually we moved to exponential growth. So the numbers that you are seeing here is hard work of the entire PLDG team and the PL founders who gave this amazing idea to bridge this gap between real world and what we are doing at PL. So the number of PRs doubled in last cohort. We got around 700 open issues which were worked on. In total, our top 3 contributors actually worked on more than 89 issues alone from different tech partners. And the contributors actually delivered 15 to 20% of full-time engineer output only at 7% of the total cost required, which is super helpful to any new founder who doesn't want to invest too much money but want to get real world value and good contributions. And right now we are also seeing that around 35% of our cohort is delivering level 3 and level 4 issues right now, and they are making high level impact. And what we do is in these 12 weeks of cohort, the impact we sort of calculate your impact, and then we reward you based on the impact that has been created through different cohorts. And you can also see different tech partners here in the graph, libp2p, Filecoin, IPFS, Toraja, and how the growth has been all over from different cohorts in cohort 1 and cohort 2. So now if I talk about what we are doing right now is we have evolved our model, because now we are seeing that there is 62% retention rate, which is really huge for us, that people want to come back again and again to PLDG and they want to contribute more and more. And now they have become friends with the engineering team. They are now really killing it. So what we have done is we have track 1 from cohort 3, which starts tomorrow, where we are selecting new joiners. So for cohort 3, we got around 458 new applicants from 16 plus countries, and we selected 50 of those people, which is almost 10% selection rate, which is really, really selective. So we select highly impactful people who have shown a great career trajectory. But this doesn't mean that we exclude students and university researcher or any academicians. We have wide variety of people, right from developers daily shipping code to anybody who is just learning. They should show the zeal in their applications that they want in. And we take you to this amazing journey with us. We have around 11 amazing tech partners this time. And we have 2 tracks, as I mentioned, for new joiners and for repeat performers. And the total number of contributors we have this time is 76. So we have different multipliers set for these participants, where there is a base pay for learning. So even if you learn from week 1 to 4, you are getting paid just for learning the resources from our different tech partners. And then from week 5 to week 12, you will be paid in multipliers depending on the contribution that you have made. So our tech partners give you rating depending on the PRs that you have worked in, and the rating goes from 1 to 5. To my surprise, the average rating that we had in cohort 2 was 4.3 out of 5, which is really huge for us. And we have got really great feedback from our tech partners so far, and people have done some amazing work. So you can see all the pointers here, and maybe later on you can revise and go back. I'll not touch everything right now, but I would like for you to participate. If you are a tech partner or a company that is building your project within the ecosystem or even outside ecosystem, we invite you to become our tech partner. You can just scan the QR code on right hand, and you can share like your GitHub repository link. You can share what you are building and everything, and I'll get you fixed to PLDG. If you are a developer and you want to join next cohort, you can scan the QR code on left, and you can join our waitlist for cohort 4. The cohort starts in July this year, so keep an eye for it. And if you are just a community member who supports this initiative, you are really welcome to spread a word about it. What I want to say that open source is not just a charity, but it's a strategy. Open source actually builds resilience among people. It builds trust, and it also educates people to a level um, where you cannot reach. So, for example, I told you my story that I came from a tier 3 city. If open source didn't happen to me at the time, I would have not been working with such a big company as Protocol Labs right now, or even knowing what Web3 is, or I would have been a complete outsider like that. So, it has changed a lot of lives. Even at PLDGs, many of the people are now maintainers, like Manu, who was our contributor in cohort 1 and 2. He is now a maintainer for PyLib P2P project. Similarly, Abhay, who got hired by Akabe, and there are multiple such other examples who are now working full time with these companies. And open source can really, really change lives. And it can also help you as a founder to outreach and get eyeballs on your project from the community, not just as a viewer, but also as somebody who will try out your project and can give you real life feedback, and also write onboarding docs for you, create examples the for the projects that you have built, and can build on top of whatever you are working on right now. So that's my time. We just don't do DevRel, we do DevReal. So this is a program where we are helping developers in real life, and I hope that you will visit our website and you will also join our waitlist, and you will also come on board with us as a tech partner, and help us in spreading this program to real life developers who want to actually come into the ecosystem and break this barrier. Thank you so much for your time and for listening to me. I really enjoyed the time here, and over to you, Brian. Thank you again.